So Keywords is an exhibition that's based on Raymond Williams' book Keywords, A Dictionary of Culture and Society, which was published in 1976. The exhibition is a collaboration between Iniva and Tate Liverpool, and in the book he makes an analysis of over 130 keywords, and the idea for the exhibition is to try and explore words, but through works of art.
The original idea stemmed from a series of lectures that Grant had commissioned at Iniva called Keywords Lectures, and in Williams' book there's a provocation in it that asks you to think of not only your own keywords but think of your own ways in which you might understand words within your generation.
In the selection of the works, we decided for this part of the exhibition that we would focus on largely on the 1980s, late 70s, 80s and a little bit in the 90s. And we're looking at some of the oppositional politics that emerged during that decade. So you have an interesting juxtaposition of politics of gender, politics of sexuality, of race, politics which at that time was very kind of powerful, motivating and force for artists in inspiring their works.
It was a very volatile and some might say even hostile or aggressive moment in cultural history, and that is played out in some of the artworks that we've selected for the show, such as Inventory's Estate Map or Derek Jarman's AIDS is Fun, or even some of the more politically motivated artworks that come out of the period of British rule in Northern Ireland.
In the introduction to the book, as Gavin said, Williams says that it would be interesting to think about other formats. So, for example, in the book, what Williams says is that actually words tend to be organised into networks rather than, alphabetically. And so that's something that we tried to capture in the installation of the exhibition. We worked with an artist, Luca Frey, and a graphic designer, Will Holder, to place the words in the gallery, and they came up with this idea of a frieze of words around the upper half of the gallery. 9 words which are taken from Keywords, the book. And the idea is, as Gavin said, is that there's a kind of tangential relationship between the words and the works, or you could carry a word in your mind as a kind of theme and use it as a way of exploring works in the exhibition. Sometimes there are more direct links between words and works, but ultimately this is something which the viewer, when they come into the space, they have to try and figure out that relationship for themselves.
This idea of figuring out, I think, is quite important, because language and visual art and imagery, it's often never black and white, but there are areas in between that spectrum, and so it's again a proposition to the audience and to our viewers who come into the space, and it's for them to unpack and to make sense of what they see and what they read and how they experience the space itself.
The space is also intended as an experiential space, and that's part of the reason why we have a carpet, why we have the chairs. And it's also the setting for a workshop, which is an 8-week workshop, and general public have been invited to apply to join that workshop, and 15 people have been selected to explore their own keywords, and that's happening over the next 10 weeks. And the results of that workshop will also be part of the exhibition in Tate Liverpool in 2014.